Hey everybody, Papa Chaz coming back at you again with this old tractor. As you can see, I have my tiller hooked up. I did use the box blade. I'm going to spin around without trying to make you dizzy. You can see the big dirt spot. I had a big pile of wood chips and two big piles of horse manure that I used the box blade to spread out. And I did learn a very important lesson for life, and I'll give you this tip: when you're spreading manure with a tractor, with a box blade, or any other blade for that matter, don't spin the tires. It ain't pleasant. Back to this. The tiller has adjustments, as you can see, on the width, and that one needs to come over a little bit more. I don't, I was down there against the tree line, cedar tree, building, camper, cedar tree, and then that second cedar tree you see is about halfway to where this thing was sitting. And all of my air tools and compressor and everything's up here. So I couldn't get this side broke loose. I did get it hooked up. It still needs to be adjusted over just a little bit, make it a little bit easier. That'll keep this a little more centered up here. As you can see, it ain't centered and it's riding on the side. Something else I learned when I was letting down the box blade trying to unhook from it was, if you don't have your lift arms level, it's next to impossible to set it down. For those that don't know, with an old tractor, typically hooking up attachments, you can raise or lower this lift arm here with that crank handle, and typically you will hook up that side first, and then you can adjust this one to hook up down here on your attachments by adjusting that right there. And I had done that the other day on the bush hog and had it all out of level, and I had to do some playing with it to get that box blade to turn loose, but it turned loose. This quick hitch is going to be a back saver and a lifesaver once I get all the adjustments made. This was just an adjustment. I didn't have to build any special mounts or anything for this one. Probably not going to have to do much for the bush hog either. Anyway, I'm going to let the tractor cool off a little bit, let me cool off a little bit, go in and grab a sandwich, and come back out and see if I can get my wife to video me using the tiller. Haven't used this thing yet, I just bought it. It's an old one, used. Bought it for about half what a new one would cost. The guy said he'd had it for about 12 years, and he inherited a 6 foot, and this is a 5 foot. He inherited a 6 foot when his dad died, so he sold this one. So anyway, here we go. We'll be back. See ya. Hey everybody, we're coming back today showing you the tiller to hook up on the quick hitch. Still have got to make the adjustments that I was talking about previously. I have not done, but I had it hooked up, so I thought I'd go ahead and till the garden. And let me get around here and show you a little something. I had to replace the coil and coil wire because yesterday when I was working with it, after it got hot, it quit. So took the coil and the coil wire down to the parts place. The coil wire come apart, but I went ahead and put a new coil on it too because I've suspected that in the past. All right, I'm gonna back up out here away from this, turn a little bit and show you my garden spot. Not a real big garden spot, one of the low places in the yard, and I'm gonna fill in over the next couple years with wood chips and leaves. But as you can see, that old 1955 Ford tractor will return that tiller. This took me about, well, I worked about 30-40 minutes yesterday on it and about that long again on it today. And I only got about half of it yesterday, but then I got it set back down a little bit deeper and tilled it up good. But we'll be planting the garden here in a few days. Let it dry out, and I'm going to go over, let it dry out a little bit more, and I'm going to go over it again, cut it up a little bit more fine, and we'll be putting in the garden. Anyway, that's the conclusion of the 3-point hitch with the tiller, part 2. And when I get ready to do the bush hog, I'll do a part 3. Thanks for watching.